human lawyer.
The human lawyer
and the robot lawyer.
Great. I want to start the same way as I have. How did this project begin for you?
So it began with just like a tiny thing. I was online and I needed customer service, and I opened the chat and I started, explaining my situation, and the responses I was getting were really scripted. And so there was this awkward moment when I said, "I'm sorry, but are you human or a robot?" And she said, "Oh, I'm human." But I was like, I don't know whether to believe her. Like, how would I know? And then I started thinking, well, in the pretty near future, like, it's not just going to be screens and keyboards. It's going to be, lifelike robots. And then I wrote the script, and as I was developing the movie, suddenly all this stuff about AI was coming in. Like, I read this heartbreaking story in the New York Times about a young couple, newlyweds, and the wife wanted to be a nurse, and so but she could only get into nursing school in another country. And so they decide, well, for their financial future, they'll live apart for a couple years. And so she goes to this other country. She's super lonely, and she gets an AI boyfriend. And she ends up spending all their money on the AI boyfriend because she's so lonely. That was actually after I read the script, but it kind of validated what I was getting at.
Sure, of course. And then for the two of you, can I ask how each of you got involved in this film?
You want to go first? Well, we're in a writers and actors group. So
the two of you or all three of you?
The three of us.
All three of us. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, so we met there, and I did, I think, 1 or 2 readings of it there. Yeah, we do. There's about, it's a group of artists, and we read 10 pages. 3 writers do 10 pages a night, and so Tatiana was workshopping it there a couple of nights, and I was the lawyer for that, and then she just asked me to join. So I was like, of course I will.
And you?
Yeah, same story for me. When I read Hugo in our writers group, I just thought the idea of playing an algorithm was really, really fascinating. An algorithm built to be predatory.
Mm-hmm.
I like playing villains, and this was a new angle on playing villains for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was really, really exciting. And then when she said she was actually going to do it for real, I was like, hey, yo, like, let me get up in there, please. And luckily she said yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, luckily you offered, because the first time I workshopped it, I did not cast you because I was worried I would get criticized for casting a black man as the villain. And and I was. And so I cast someone who was very good, but not quite right for the part. And then Jude approached me and was like, what about that robot character? And I said, oh, thank God you offered, because I had you in mind the whole time. So
Okay. I'm glad
isn't he
it worked
perfect?
out. Yes, absolutely. Okay, question for you. This is a comedy, it's drama, it's science fiction. How do you blend and balance all those styles in writing and in editing and such?
So I never wrote any comedy before. I only wrote drama. And my last short film was also near future sci-fi. And so I was in a lot of like pure sci-fi blocks. Mm-hmm. And those blocks ended up being extremely bleak. And I would walk out like so pessimistic about the future. And so I thought, all right, the next time I write something, I'm going to put some comedy in as best I can. Mm-hmm. And when we edited, really anything in post-production, my instructions always were, go for the comedy, go for the comedy.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I'm sort of new to it, so I was so happy when you all left.
Okay, I'm going to ask you now a bit more of a sensitive question, but some of us are not filmmakers, and I'm sure we'd like to know, what is it like to shoot an intimate scene on camera? What does it actually look like on set?
For me, it's
And there are
like,
children present, so
Yeah, no, stop it. It's all good, man. For me, it is like the biggest, most unpleasant headache ever. On the day, I'm dehydrated, so I literally haven't had water for 24 hours, practically no food either. So, like, you don't feel very good.
can you tell us why you do that?
It's so that you look a certain way on camera, bro. Hugh
Yep.
Jackman did it in the Wolverine movies, you know?
Right. For people who don't know, it accentuates the muscles.
Exactly.
Yes.
But so there's that. So you kind of just really want to eat and drink water more than anything else. And then also you have to be working with where the camera's at. So every movement is really specific. And for this guy, because he's not a real human, it's not even what he desires. It's what some programmer who designed him thinks a woman might want in this situation based on a bunch of field data or focus groups or something like that. So it was me, Tatiana, and the actor Virginia trying to figure out where that sweet spot was between all these different ideas. So it was hard, but I mean, that's what it's like to shoot those scenes. It's not like, not like cool fun.
Very
I'm glad it
logistical.
looks okay on camera.
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
And we did have an intimacy coordinator, and she kind of, I mean, they're all very well-meaning, but it just made it worse.
Sometimes they take their jobs a little too seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. But are a very important part of the filmmaking process, of course. Okay, question for you down at the end here. Can you tell us what was it like working with our director?
Oh, very easy.
Okay, all right,
Very easy.
good answer.
Tatiana's wonderful, and
Okay.
really, it was a chill set. It was relaxed. It was fun. Yeah, it was lovely to work with you.
Great. And then, question for you. Hold on, I wrote this one down here. As a writer and a director, how important is it to write roles for women in their 40s and up? Is that like something that you focus on specifically, or is that just for this story?
Well, I've always written female-driven
Okay.
stories, and they didn't always sell. They weren't always what was in demand in the marketplace. But that's what I was interested in, and I am a woman over 40, so I am very tempted to write women over 40. And I will say one thing about how it was on set. Our first day of shooting was the day after the election.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't think it was going to go the way it went, and neither did anyone else. And we all arrived like no one had slept. Everyone was upset. And I was first-time director. And if I had not been working with actors I knew and trusted, like, it just would have been terrible. But because everyone was so supportive and generous with their time and made time to rehearse, we all rallied, and I'm really proud of us for doing that.
Yeah, great. And yes, please. And I'll just go down the line. Was there anything that you learned about yourself, about the process on this piece specifically?
Yeah, so first-time director, and people warned me about this, but it's absolutely true. They said, the main thing a director does is just answer questions all day long. How do you want this? How do you want that? Is this cappuccino good? How about that heart shape? What about this light? And there's no time to stop and think. And so it trains you to trust your gut.
Yeah.
And that's very freeing. And then after I made the movie, I had a little bit more confidence in myself, because I was like, well, my gut kind of didn't steer me wrong, so I'm going to keep doing that. Yeah.
All right, and for you?
I didn't know nearly as much about AI until until we decided to do this thing. And the more I researched, I got to say I learned a ton, and it's all terrifying. Like, it's just terrifying. It's kids. Good luck, you two. Seriously.
And for you?
On this project specifically, I don't know, kind of like any other set that you're on, be kind to everyone. you never know where that person's going to be, where the next project's going to take you, and yeah, just be from the person that you sign in with to the makeup person to crafty, be kind.
Yeah, very smart. Wise words, very wise words. Any questions from our audience here? Yes, sir, right there.
I just had questions about the timeline, like how long did the script take to put together, and how many days did you allow for shooting?
So the script came together really quickly. I mean, I think I wrote it in an afternoon, and then I workshopped it and rewrote it several times, and then rewrote it after we found the location, because there were certain things I didn't have there. And then I wanted 5 shooting days. It was a 17-page script, and everyone said, "Oh, you don't need 5. 4 is plenty. I could do it in 3." And I was like, well, I can't, because I'm a first-time director, and I want padding in the schedule. So we were so glad we had that padding for many reasons. One being, in addition to starting the day after Election Day, we were filming on Veterans Day and in my backyard, and we had nonstop military planes going overhead. So basically, like, only a quarter of our shooting time was not ruined. The sound wasn't ruined. And we did have to cut some things, but as usual, I think as usually happens, the things you let go, you probably didn't need anyway.
Any other questions? Yeah, please.
What cameras did you shoot on?
What cameras?
Yeah.
God, I have no idea.
That's a Brett question. He's not here.
Yeah, that's a Brett question. Yeah, it was a Sony something.
It wasn't an Ari?
But the only good thing for me about the downturn is I had a lot of super talented people who were not working, who were willing to work for me for minimum wage, and one of them was the director of photography, who's he's the operator on the Lincoln Lawyer, and my production designer worked on the morning show, and nobody was working. So I just got all these expert people I could completely rely on and not worry about their departments, and I knew they were going to give me what I needed, including my sound person Scott, who's here in the audience.
Okay, any further questions? Yep, go ahead.
I have a question that's not technical. You had a lot of great laughs throughout the film, and I thank you for that. I think not enough films and film festivals have levity. Like you say, you leave a lot of film blocks kind of feeling like, whoa, that was a lot. So thank you for the laughs, but one really great one was the turkey trot t-shirt.
So I didn't hear that. Which one?
The turkey trot t-shirt.
Oh, the turkey trot, yeah.
Was that like a pre-existing in your wardrobe thing? You're like this.
Or did you write that into the script?
A lot of the costumes came directly from my closet. That one did not. My son's girlfriend is a very talented graphic designer, and I told her what I wanted, and she designed and made that shirt for me. Yeah.
Very good.